Hearth's Neighbour 2, Magisterium is an entry to our third Outer Wilds community mod jam, and a sequel to the first place winner of the last jam. For this iteration of the mod jam, entries were required to feature only one single planet/space station each, and they all had to exist within the same shared solar system. Fittingly, the theme this time was community. You'll see in this playthrough that Magisterium fits the theme in a number of ways, some sort of less conventional than others. If you'd rather play the mod for yourself, you can find it linked in the description. Otherwise, here's my blind playthrough I recorded during the judging process. My ship has received the coordinates of a mysterious vessel above the solar system called the Magisterium. That's not true. By any means. That did not happen. The Magistarium. I take it this is the only entrance. There's some weird stuff going on in there. Talk to memory cube. Target race Hearthian, language found in database, configuring onboard memory stones. Done. Welcome, Hearthian. Whether you are here seeking a new life or have simply come to visit out of curiosity, the Magister welcomes you to our humble community. Error. Attempt to contact Magister failed. Null reference exception. Field Magister not set to an instance of an object. Manual fallback requested. Please head inside and request from anyone to be directed to the Magister. They will be happy to assist. What does this say? Lily says, well, I'm here. It seems the Magister has invited me here. Let's see if he's as cordial as his invitation. Hopefully my talents will actually be appreciated here. This technology is quite advanced. The cube here that greeted me decoded my language when I arrived. Perhaps it read from my memory? Alright. So Nomai has visited here as well. Excuse me. Oh, I'm getting pushed out. Talk to memory cube. Hatch insecure. Hatch mode set to manual. Reason, to allow others to follow. Remaining oxygen leaking out. Recommendation, secure hatch immediately. Controls in Magister's room. I'm not getting any breathable oxygen yet, though. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is quite interesting. Voltos. The device is nearly ready, Magister. The Magister says, good. A project millions of years in the making will finally see its conclusion. Quartz says, when that geyser launched me into the stratosphere, I never would have reckoned it would be the start of something so big. I imagine that's a Hearthian. Lily says, I don't think any of us had anticipated that the Magister's message would so completely change our lives. Roja, I guess. It is certainly a strange feeling. I had no doubts in our Magister's ability, but it feels strange to know that this will all be over soon. Should I have been doing an accent for that? Vespa, to travel new worlds, new universes, I have to admit I am a little nervous about the whole prospect. An Aquarius, by golly, there's a lot of people. Aquarius says, aye, the feeling's understandable, mate. The unknown is scary, but exploring the unknown is what you're good at. You'll do great out there. Like, there's a lot of accents that could be being done. The Magister says the device passes inspection. I'm getting a little motion sick with this bouncing. Voltos, turn it on. Once it's ready, follow me to within. Yeah, my only complaint will be about that bouncing. Alright, maybe I should fully investigate this main room. There seems to be a few... Magisterium notification. Power low, reducing power to non-critical systems. Okay. Well, I would have thought that to have done something. Right, so there is a inhabitant of the stranger here. I assume these are like the different languages. Yeah. To roast marshmallows, that friendship around a campfire may never end. Right, so these are like the languages of all those people who are talking. I assume this will be Lily. To preserve advancement, that the next generation may not suffer from our mistakes. Well, that's neat. And then, yeah, we have a few plants here. Okay, I am gonna check out these side rooms then. Oh, that's neat. I was gonna say, yeah, there's a roof to this, right? Welcome to my grand archives. Over the okay, you know what? Oops. Okay. Options. Freeze time when talking to others. There we go. No more bouncing. Welcome to my grand archives. Over the thousands of millennia, I explored the cosmos. I have hoarded the knowledge of many civilizations and recorded all of it here in this library. Unless you are also 20 feet tall, please do not attempt to take any books from the larger shelves. For books you can safely hold, please ask Voltos for assistance with getting a translated copy in your language. Right, so Voltos is 20 feet tall. Oh, and they even have fuel. Fuel does not make good paint. Yeah, no. I suppose it wouldn't. Right. There's some little picture party. Kind of cute. There's something weird about the lighting in here. What's with this dithering? Oh, Lily's been in here. Never mind, Vespa. And Vespa does not know how to write in No Mayan. You can even see that they're using like a different spiral. You press the keys like this. It can take some practice to learn how to use a writing staff. Like that? Getting closer. Here, try adjusting your typing angle. How do I music? One complicated topic at a time, sorry. Oh, we have another memory cube. Quartz! I'm annoyed. I used quartz as a name for a Hearthian in my mod too. This ain't fair. It is a pretty generic type of rock. You know, forgive me if this is a bit of an inappropriate question, but, well, do any of you guys know what the Magister, well, looks like? Aquarius says, admittedly, I've often wondered the same thing. Boss never leaves his room without his mask and robe. I don't even know what accent I meant to do. Unless he's disguised. Volto says I've always just assumed he was some kind of eldritch monstrosity, to be honest. Lily says, hypothesis. What we see is not even his true form, but he has taken it because it is something we can comprehend. That's quite the hypothesis. Vespa says perhaps he believes we will find his appearance frightening. Roja says, yes, I've seen it. You do not vaunt to. I still have not recovered. Vespa says, you saw his true self, dear. Oh no, come here. We didn't mean to stress you out. Eldritch monstrosity it is, I guess. Notice, access to the reading room is restricted while overdue books are taken out and unaccounted for. Please bring the books to this table, and they will be returned automatically. As of the last scan, 2 hours ago, there are 3 missing books. Secret Legends, A Hero's Guide to Deciphering the Undecipherable by Skip, detected in Dormitory, Voltos' room. The Coordinates Crash by Ixrexius, detected in Campfire Room. And The Asteroid Arcade by Sir Zenquobius. I don't know my Roman numerals. Shame too, because that's me. Detected in Library, above intended reading space. Caution, there's no architecture leading to the estimated location. Exercise caution if you intend to seek it out. Alright, where's my book at? Oh, there's some writing up here. I saw Voltos climbing the central pillar once. I'm not quite that athletic, but I'm hoping I can see what is up there from here. He's reading on top of the artificial sun. What does he need that much privacy for? Oh, so is that where he put the book? I should have taken the threader from Echo Hike. Roja says lamp, 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 lamp. Voltos says, ah, Roja, this is supposed to be my secret spot. Roja says lamp, 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 lamp. Are you hypnotized? Lamp, 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 lamp. Moths are weird. Fair enough. Right. There we go, so that's one book. You said what? The other one was in a dormitory, in Volta's room, and the Coordinates Crash is in the campfire room. I think you lose points for doing that, actually, I'm afraid. Trying to bribe a judge by including a reference to a Steam game I made. Right. So I came through there. I'm gonna do the rooms... What was this? Clockwise? No entry! This room has been sealed away due to the horrors contained within. Make no attempt to enter without the Magister's express permission. Okay. Just gonna see if that wall was just penetrable for no reason. That's quirky to say that this system is also, you know, nearby. Like, you have the Hearthian system over there. This is where the strangers are from. This is a reference to the team that made this mod. This was their last jam entry, Hearth's Neighbour. And then here we are. You got these rings going around it. Why didn't you put rings around it? That would have looked so cool. Those don't actually exist. Voltos. Well, it seems the campfires are a constant of the universe. Are you ripping off Astral Codec now? What's happening? This is a reference to Codec. Sure it's okay for me to set one up in here? Don't worry. I set up filters for the smoke. Indoor fires are a common thing for my kind. Alright. Let me see those marshmallows you keep raving about. Of course, here you can eat one raw. Yes, I know they're gooey flavors, the best thing in the universe. But watch this, you put it on a stick, roast it on the fire for a minute, and even better, a toasted marshmallow. Delicious. Yes, quite, the flavor is something, but I believe it's incomplete. What? You dare insult the Hearthian magnum opus. Oh, I would not dream of it. It is quite a flavor even on its own, but perhaps with several of us here, the flavor can be enhanced. Lily, do you have any of those honey crackers? Right, you're gonna make a s'more? Yeah. Aquarius, you have any chocolate? Salted or unsalted? I got them both. I'd like to try with the unsalted first. Break off a square, put it on a cracker, then stick on a perfectly roasted marshmallow to melt it. Top it with another cracker. Down the hatch. It is delicious. Oh yeah. Oh, that's quirky. Where'd a book at? Oh. Okay, why is the other book so much longer than mine? Huh? It took some searching for resources, but I've managed to install a special gravity crystal here. It projects a special kind of gravity field in the whole room, producing lighter gravity than this vessel's average further from it, and heavier gravity near it. This should be able to satisfy the various gravity requirements for us so that we can all relax in comfort together. And, as is typical for a crystal, it requires no power, so should something happen to this vessel's gravity, we can retreat to this room. What's the timeline on this? You know, gravity crystals are not a regular Nomai thing. They made those on Brutal Hollow. They had a whole different type of artificial gravity on the vessel. You're contradicting the lore. This literally unplayable. Oh. And yeah, speaking of zero gravity, right on time. Am I not going to be able to put this down with no gravity? Nope. In fact, I'm just going to be stuck holding this until I can... Well, I was going to say until I can find a place with gravity. They just told me that room... Alright. Oh yeah, that's cute. They have like the different chairs they use. How does Buddy, who's 20 feet tall, fit in here? You see, like, really stoops down, he like sits on a pillow. But yeah, they have like the Hearthian chair, the Nomai chair, the Stranger chair. What's this? Oh, there's like a whole other ring out here. Okay, yeah, this is one of the aliens from Hearth's Neighbour, the first mod that I did play on my channel. But yeah, they're playing the music from that mod. They've got a symbol from it. And that is Voltos. Here's my room. It's not much, but our kind do have a thing for minimalism. That's quite nice. You know, we don't really need much either. Just some boards, connected with sap and duct tape. Must be nice, such a simple life, sleeping under the stars, eating marshmallows, and taking each day one at a time without a care in the world. Yeah, but can't say I'm not looking forward to something brand new, even if it's a lot more complex. By the way, what's your story, Voltos? You've been here the longest, right? Well, not quite. The Magister was here first. Well, obviously, it's the Magisterium. No one really knows his story, but he did find me and rescue me. My escape pod landed on an uninhabited planet, and I lacked the skills for survival. I would have died if he hadn't found me and brought me on board. Okay, so that makes no sense. Right, the timeline there don't add up. This is a reference to Hearth's Neighbor 1, where, spoilers, it ends with, I guess, this guy escaping from his solar system and crash landing on Timber Hearth, but long before the Hearthians came around. Yet now he's here at the same time as like a modern-day Hearthian. You also have a Nomai who, I mean, I'm probably reaching with the gravity crystal thing. I don't know if it's intended that means that it's a Nomai from the Outer Wilds. And then, too, the strangers, I mean, they all died before the Nomai even showed up, so the timelines of these species don't make any sense. Now, is that an oversight, or is that going to be a deliberate plot point later on? I guess we'll see. And it was then he presented you the idea for the device, right? I admit I still find the whole idea a little weird. It's understandable. It's understandable to doubt our goal here, but it's for the good of all. We must ensure this universe does not truly die. Perhaps not the most original plot. Oops. That's 4 games in a row. Best 5 out of 9? You bet. I'll win one of these days. Who's the ghost bird here? Who's the stranger? He thinks maybe you should give up. You haven't won a game in nearly 200 years. Quitters never prosper, Aquarius. Back where I come from, it's considered wisdom to know when to stop. I'd have shocked myself to death long ago if I simply kept banging my head against my problems. Vol, how about taking a break, yeah? I know you're in a hurry to win, but patience is a virtue. Okay, yeah, not entirely clear who was who there. So Voltos was the Hearth's neighbor alien. Okay, Vespa's the bird then. You alright? I've never used a vision torch on another race. No, I'm alright. This technology is quite unique. Projection is a key function the device needs. Would you like to try it? Here, you should be able to use the torch. No, thank you. I've gathered all the data I need from it already. Right, so the Magister fella here is clearly hiding stuff. What goes on in that mind? Who are you? Did you actually ask that to them? Or were you just asking that after? Oh, so that was kind of cute. They did like a different rendition of the Echoes of the Eye music. Damn, whoever's in here lifts. Is your water okay? Wow, yeah, you cannot... Is that just a chair in there? That is like the densest water ever. Like so much buoyancy coming out of that, I don't understand. They also played more Hearth's Neighbor music in there, which I don't understand. Were there 2 aliens in Hearth's Neighbor? No. Wow, I've seen Nomai stuff before, but never so fresh and clean. You've met Nomai before? I wish, but all the Nomai my kind have found have died long ago. There are plenty of ruins of theirs, but we have no idea what happened to them. Their buildings are all abandoned. Oh. Oh, sorry, I didn't think about it. I mean, I'm sure there are more Nomai out there. Oh no, don't let me be a downer. Come on, you still have many others to meet, and we still need to determine what technology you can contribute to the device. Yeah, of course. We have a new friend today. Her name is Roja. She's a botanist, which I find very interesting. The way she sees plants must be quite unique. She's also an artist and uses some interesting palettes. The Magister put her room right after mine, so I'm no longer at the end of the hallway. It's always quite a sight to see the Magister at work, manipulating the shape of this vessel at will. It's like, where are all the corpses at? I was going to say, is this going to be another thing of water that launches me out of it? I'm not usually one to brag, but I must say, my room looks quite a bit better than the others, because of all the available assets to use for it, of course. Only Vespa's room really even compares, to be honest. The others are quite flat. I admit, surrounded by familiar architecture, I am beginning to miss home, but I know that they probably aren't missing me, and I'm part of something much bigger here anyway. So yeah, I can kind of imagine that this is sort of like a found family kind of community of outcasts. Which makes me wonder, you know, what did the Hearthian do to get outcasted, right? Like, Hearthian society is pretty chill, as far as I know. Right, this is the botanist then. Roja. Soothing humming. Voltos says, this is quite a garden you've got here. I guess you have lots of experience with plants? Oh, I didn't see you there. I'm not doing accents. I ain't doing it. Yes, I'm a master gardener. It was my main hobby back home, and quite a valuable profession. Oh really? Why's that? Oh, you see, my kind has extremely limited color vision. Many colors you can distinguish appear identical to us. As we are an herbivorous species? If you're saying "and," that means you're saying that herbivore is pronounced herbivore. Fair enough. Being able to determine what a plant was with our far more limited ability to really see them was an invaluable skill. I see. Well, I'm glad you have a hobby you enjoy so much, and you're able to be a big help to your kind. Thank you for the kind words. Brightening up other people's days is my calling. I don't know, I disagree with the evolution of that, you know? You'd think you'd evolve to tell plants apart in some way. Emergency power only, oxygen production offline, reserve oxygen will deplete in 3 minutes. Oh, nice, a fuel tank. Are you sure it's wise to leave a can of flammable liquid in a room made of wood? Why would it be? I'll be careful. Yeah, it's just like you were careful to not fall in that geyser. Well, it turned out alright, didn't it? Had I not, I'd never have met you guys. That is true. Just promise me that you won't cause a fire. I'd hate for something to happen to you, or my plants next door. Of course. I'll do my best to ensure this is maintained responsibly. Thank you. By the way, why do you even have it? It's a special blend of flammable tree sap. I figure if there's anything I can contribute to the device, it's the Hearthian special fuel. And what do we got down here? Magister is not in right now. Entrance to his quarters are currently denied. Please come back later. The Magister will return in 999,999 years. Well, I like that they've made the lights all red. Okay, so when I come back next time, I have to remember to like go straight to this room, get Buddy's book, so I can at least unlock that door. How are we doing on time? Ooh, we are doing poorly on time. Alright, where's this head? Oh. Don't suppose I can get in there. Aquarius, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I've had far worse shocks. Should have turned the breaker off first, but I couldn't find it. Oh, there is no breaker here. There, the power should be off. Please do not hesitate to ask me to turn off the power for you. I do not mind. Appreciate it, boss, but I was more worried about disrupting the others. Aquarius, did you break the lighting? It's hard enough for me to paint normally. Case in point. Yeah. I'm not getting in there, I don't suppose. I'm saying, like, the Magister just is the ship, right? He's like such a bizarre cosmic being. Oh, okay. Do not try to fly in through the airlock. You will get pushed out. Okay, so this is the library. I'm gonna go straight to the campfire room, rather, and grab the book. So presumably everyone's like ascended to a higher plane of existence or something. I don't know. Wait, I shouldn't swear. This is for a video. There's a book. I'll grab the book that's up there. I hate using a controller. I'm gonna use a mouse and keyboard. My mechanical keyboard is gonna be really loud. I can't even jump normally anyway. Does the gravity get weaker during the loop? I swear to God, it wasn't this hard earlier. I suck. Yeah, you definitely can't get up there. You definitely have to wait for the power to go down. Field level critical, yes. These are the dormitories. I'm gonna go straight down to Quartz's room. Yoink some of his fuel. Why is there a wooden plank embedded in the ceiling? Forget the name of this character. What's your name? Voltos. There you go. Should have returned your library book, Voltos. Right, so hopefully this has some grand revelations. Because otherwise, I am out of leads. I imagine this is, you know, tends to be like a rule of threes in a lot of these mods. So here it's you gotta find the 3 books. You gotta unlock the 3 doors. Did I read this one? Yeah, this is where they're talking about the Magister's true form. The gravity is not going down. I think this is like the closest. There we go. Power low. Okay, did that just lower the gravity? Let me see. Oh yeah, gravity's way lower now. It was 1.3 before. Okay, well, I made it up there regardless. Okay, there we go. Oh, that must be a 20-foot tall guy's chair. Yeah, where's your bedroom? Do you sleep in here? Magister, Voltos, it does please me that you are just as interested in the secrets of the universe as I am. Hmm? Oh yeah, sure. Voltos, are you alright? You know you can always talk to me. Oh, sure, thanks. Voltos, do you still blame yourself? Look, I told you already, I'm not ready to discuss that. May I ask when you will be ready? Let's just focus on the device. I've got a schematic written up, but I think I've hit a problem. The device will have difficulty actually affecting someone with space projection. What now? Oh, Voltos, I suppose I was unclear. Well, it will take us out there. We will be in a state where we do not need such protection. No clothing will be needed, though if I'm reading this right, a thin layer of clothes should work fine. Of course. I'll make sure to set the device so it doesn't even try to fire if you're wearing too much for it. Okay, so the device won't work if I'm wearing my suit, I guess? And that's all I figured out here. Right. Beam me in. I'm gonna refuel. Never mind. Do not fly through the airlock. Okay, we're back. Doing more jam mods. So where I left off, I was working on Magisterium. I found a ship above the solar system called the Magistarium. It has a hatch I can access on one side. Oxygen is leaking out of it, the power weakens over time, and near the end of the loop, the ship runs on emergency power. There is a large central chamber. There are the dormitories, where each individual living on the Magisterium seems to have come from like a different planet, a different species. Right, and the hatch, where we're leaking oxygen from, apparently that can be controlled from within the Magister's room, but I can't get in there yet. There is some weird device in the center of the grand chamber, and the device will not fire if someone on the platform is wearing too much, right? So in theory, I could just walk into the device without my suit on. Now, would I actually be able to make it through the door? Maybe I want to, like, wedge my ship in there and close the hatch. Because, yeah, that whole long hallway, the oxygen is leaking out. It's not actually breathable in there. Then, yeah, the engine room is filled with electricity. Although there is a memory cube in there. And yeah, there's no breaker. The Magister was able to just shut the electricity off on their own, which was strange. And yeah, in the library, this is what I can do now, is I can try to get all the books. Or no, I did get all the books. Right. Drifting towards the sun, they didn't put a 0G volume around their space station. And that's a rookie mistake on part of the mod creators. Right, yeah, and you cannot fly through here. I tried to get out at one point, and the air leaking out, it just like zipped me right down the hallway. So what's even my plan here? It said that there's more in the library, which I didn't see. And yeah, this just goes straight downstairs. Oh yeah, the breaker can't be turned off, but the place does go low power near the end of the loop, so maybe all this electricity dies down then. They even have a campfire in the little campfire room, so I could wait in there. Alternatively, I can go back to the library, see what I might have missed. I assume I would need a way to close the hatch with my ship inside so that I can take my suit off inside the ship and then, you know, activate the device. They got good music in this mod. Now, is there something in here that I missed? I'm wondering too, like, what's behind this door? Horror is contained within. Some like... Just like seeing these glowing... Oh, I was gonna say, like... glowy stuff makes me think I can pick this up. What the heck is this? Right. So I can pick up like any of these. No idea what any of them do. And this was sort of like they're saying like wishes for the next universe. Device is nearly ready. Millions of years in the making. Yeah, they kind of like outside of time and stuff. Like, turn it on. Once it's ready, follow me to within. Right, so they're all in there. Wherever there might be. Because there's stuff behind these bookshelves. Yes. Is there anything of note behind these bookshelves? Uh-huh. Oh. Kinda stops you from soft locking yourself by getting stuck back here. I read that text over there that was Lily trying to teach someone how to use a staff. And this is, yeah, this is painting. Oh, I hadn't read that. I just like walked past this and ignored it. So Vespa's asking Roja how they learned to paint despite being colorblind. True, only being able to see the world in various shades of red does make it difficult to paint, but it helps to do more abstract art like this. Details become less important. How do you know you only see the world in shades of red? You know, you don't have any concept of what not red is, right? Like if you could see like at least like two colors, you know, then it'd be like, okay, you know, like I don't know, I have a friend who can't see purple. He sees purple as blue. Maybe he sees blue as purple, you know, but can't distinguish between the two. But you still need some frame of reference to be like, you know, I know this is either blue or purple. But if you only see red, you only see red. You can't be like, you know, how do you know that's not all green? I don't know where I'm going with that. I should roast a marshmallow. That's how you get the secret making s'mores ending. Huh? Did I win? I don't know how long to wait for because I don't know how far into the loop I am. I don't want to overshoot too much. And there we go. Really? This is not... I would have really thought that low power mode would mean that I could get into this. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Hearthian's room, get more fuel, and maybe I just have to wait even longer. I bet, yeah, we're very close to the end of the loop. I feel like the device is really slowing down as we get to the end of the loop. Okay, I had a huge lag spike there. Shutting down. You better be off. Finally. I have a feeling that End Times is about to play. Aquarius. And that's the last battery charged, including the spares. What are the spares for? Boss wants me to put some extras in my room in case someone else comes and wants to follow us. Actually, I've been wondering, after we step into the device with our batteries in hand, we're not going to be able to come back. Who's going to turn the device off? Oh, it won't be shut off. It's a little too complicated to just turn back on, so others who want to follow just need to read the memory cubes and head into the device with one of the spare batteries. But won't that drain all the power? The device certainly won't function without energy. Don't worry, boss says the reserve power should last right up until the sun goes supernova. But what about this room? Certainly all the power draw is going to create a lot of stress on the ship. How will we know if the ship even survives until then? I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so I need the thing that looks like this from Buddy's room. Now, will I have time to do that and come back? Oh, is that the start of end times? I think it is. Which room is the dorms? That goes upstairs. That goes to my ship. That just goes back downstairs. That's where I came from. Oh, that was the door. Okay, so I think I ought to be ready with the artifact next time. Whoops, I overshot. Is this the one that goes downstairs? And we are quite close to the sun, so we're not going to have a lot of time. I just want to see, you know, what will this do? Is that how the battery goes in? Well, I don't think that worked. Any second now. Right, so I don't get it. Somebody had spare batteries in his room. I put it. I dropped it. Now, is that like a spent battery? Hey, Bing, how's it going? Give me spoilers. Oh, the device requires that you hold a battery. Oh, I misread that. And yeah, just by checking what was in there, it's like, okay, now I see what a battery actually is. So I have to hold that object that I get from Buddy's room. I have to not be wearing a suit. Okay, yeah, and I just missed the bit about where they're talking about painting. Rereading this, of course, I'm saying right. So Ro just sees everything in shades of red, which, wow, that doesn't really make sense. It is interesting that the lights all turn red at the end. And yeah, Roja mentioned wondering what kind of secrets you can hide in your painting. And then there's the little disco ball in the center that makes everything look a bit different. So I'm gonna say we got a good chance of there being some secrets. I wonder then, could there be secrets in the paintings in her room? Oh, I don't know. She's wondering what secrets other people would put in their paintings. I don't know if that means that she put secrets in her own paintings. Maybe when the red emergency light is shining, those secrets will become clear. But yeah, okay, if this hatch closed, this ship would be fully inside here. So I would be able to go inside, take my suit off. I keep forgetting I can't fly in through the airlock. I will say that this sort of setting is what I really had in mind when we were organizing the jam. Like, you know, just doing a space station. Or, you know, really... Because the limitation, or one of the limitations at least, was that your mod is supposed to just be about one planet. And here, you know, one planet, one body, right? One place. So you have the one space station, but you know, it's packed full of stuff. Right, there's no real empty spaces. Everything serves a purpose. So I don't necessarily want to get to the point where the lights are turning red, but I want to. I want the gravity to be a bit lowered so I can get around a bit faster. So right, that room, still not sure about. The Magister's room, we're not sure about, and hopefully we get some clues over here. We got the fox guy on a planet with a blue star. We got some lines. Maybe that's one of Roja's, you know, sort of abstract. We got, oh, wow. I suppose I waited too long. Does this do anything? Any secrets being revealed? Not really. Right. But I imagine that in Roja's room then, when the ship lights turn red, perhaps we will have some mysteries be uncovered. How long had I waited before? It was almost like 10 minutes, right? I really wonder, yeah, like where does the timeline stuff sort of line up with how like the Nomai... Because like, am I reading too far into prop usage? Where like, you know, Nomai architecture is not normally made out of, you know, sandstone. That's something specific to the ones in the Outer Wilds. Oh yeah. Right, now you just see arrows. Oh wow. That was there the whole time. Oh, is this how we get into the Magister's room? I woke up in this mysterious vessel. I do not know who I am, what I am, or why I am here. What I do know, the ship is mine, it responds to my desires, and I have a myriad of these strange cubes that appear to record memories and play them at will. And I do not believe I have amnesia. I was created here. This ship created for me. But by whom? Well, there's a whole universe out there for me to explore. The answer must be out there somewhere. Take it this is the Magister talking. As I was making my centennial trip to the Vortex to see if there had been any new developments, I received a distress signal from a nearby planet. A young creature had been stranded there in his escape pod, and with his lack of survival skills, he would have surely died of starvation, or worse. I rescued him, of course, but when I asked him where his home was so I could take him back, he said he had none. His kind had killed themselves off in a war, and he was the sole survivor of his race. His own planet was no longer even fit to live on. With that, he broke down sobbing. This is the fox-looking guy from the Hearth's Neighbour mod. When he recovered, I offered him board in return for his assistance. I had a plan to counter the lie, and for that I would need to build a device. However, this device was based on connections, on community. And in order for it to function, I would need the collaboration of many others. Without hesitation, he agreed. I created a room for him, and we exchanged more information about each other. His name is Voltos, and my name is... I told him I was the Magister. Okay. Oh, by golly, you got a lot of memories. That's also... Kirby for some reason. I've encountered a major problem. I am immortal, and while the idea that a being would have a limited lifespan, I think that should be lifespan, is a known fact to me, it has just not occurred to me just how short a life is. Voltos is aging quite rapidly, and while he has been an invaluable asset in the creation of the device, he will not live nearly long enough to see it be fired. Fortunately, I have a solution. An immortality crystal. Well, I suppose, yeah, that's how the time part's working out. Installed as part of the device and completely preventing aging. It will not work for our ultimate goal, but it should allow anyone on this ship to survive long enough to see the day it is reached. Right, so everyone on here is immortal. We're really lore dumping right now. I passed by an inhabited moon, and in disguise I visited the population in search of someone who would be willing to work on the device. The beings here are bird-like, with antlers. So I was wondering, yeah, like, because the escape pod was on Timber Hearth, I'm assuming the Nomai, he's also going to pick up from the Outer Wilds. I was going to say, is he also going to find the inhabitant living on the stranger in the Outer Wilds, or will it be from their original home system? I was recommended the house of one of them who was a young inventor, Vespa. She had created a telescope powered by flame, capable of detecting signals from space. So this is the one who originally detects the eye of the universe in the Echoes of the Eye story. It took some convincing, as she was understandably quite scared of the idea, but when I turned to leave, she changed her mind. It seemed that her fear of the unknown was overcome by her desire to see the cosmos she had studied all her life. On the ship we talked about her and her kind. The name for their race roughly translates to inhabitants, but Voltost, spooked by her when she first arrived, wanted to call her Ghost Bird. She's not really a fan of the nickname, though, considering that she seems to share traits with both owls and elks. I presented the idea. Yeah, no, listen, you're losing 1,000,000 points right now. I hate the name. People call them owlks. Owlks? That's, ugh, you can't even say that. Owlks? That's like, it sounds terrible. Also, you don't know what an owl is. You don't know what an elk is. This is alien land. You don't know what those are. Anyway. I came across yet another escape pod today, this one Nomayan in origin. Despite the massive capacity, there was only one member on board, by the name of Lily. Like Vespa, she was an inventor, and she had created a warp core anti-distortion safeguard. This component, meant to be equipped to their vessels, would essentially ping the area a vessel is attempting to warp to and check for distorted space. If such space was found, it would modify the warp coordinates slightly to prevent a potential disaster. She planned to present this at a festival, but her clan laughed at the idea. Distorted space was an unproven concept, and the component was quite expensive to create. In a fit of anger, she used an escape pod in an attempt to get as far from her clan as possible. Don't sound like the Nomite to me. I don't feel like they were big on laughing at ideas, but maybe the different clans are different. However, this means that she's not from the clan that's on Timber Hearth, which means that the sandstone buildings break the canon. Mod is unplayable, I'm sorry. It's bad now, actually. I, however, was very interested in her tech and theories, and welcomed her aboard. Oh, we're going far. Today we crashed into an ocean planet, there was a malfunction with the engines, and the ship was unable to counter the massive gravity when we tried to park. Fortunately, this planet is occupied by a friendly race of semi-aquatic, four-armed shark people. And one of them was kind enough to come aboard and try to fix the engines. You don't know what sharks are, man? Well, I mean, it's a translation convention. You know, maybe he's saying some other thing that vaguely approximates to being a shark. Who knows? He's an electrical engineer named Aquarius, and he's quite friendly despite how intimidating poor old Voltos finds him. He's even taller than Vespa, though of course, nowhere near my true stature. Are you gonna see all these aliens at the end? That'd be fun. He was absolutely fascinated by all of the equipment on our ship, and he actually asked to join our crew. Well, welcome aboard. Alright, we're getting through all the people. Roja is a botanist and fashion guru. Why did I let her on board? Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to have a new member on our crew, but she is so mischievous. I fear that she's one day going to poke around the ship where she does not belong, as she did here since she figured out the the path here. I'm sure she'll calm herself in time. Why is Kirby here? I found this figure at a gift shop in some forgotten land. There were several versions of this character in various configurations, and almost all of them looked adorable. But this one, something about it fills me with a sense of anger and malice, as if the only thing I want when I look at it is to ban it from existence. Perhaps it was unwise to obtain something that affects me so negatively, but I'm just so intrigued by it. I agree, this thing should be destroyed. Is that a... Oh, that's a fish. Oh, we're out of power. Our deadline approaches. Yeah, so does mine. The device is nearly complete, but we need one more component. I went to visit the vortex again, but on a nearby planet, I caught sight of a local Hearthian who had accidentally launched themselves into space via a geyser. They haven't even discovered spaceflight yet, but, well, I need help. Maybe this one, named Quartz, will provide the last component we need. Well, if the last component is marshmallows, then yes. Yeah, I gotta keep reading all this. Today I found something. Universe shaking. A vortex, a power older than the universe, and I feel some kinship with it. I spoke with it, and it did not have any answers for me. It simply told me its purpose. To end all, that all might be born anew. Despite the tone some might interpret as sinister, it bears no ill will, like a decomposer, It serves a critical role in recycling death, so that more life may rise from the dead. But must all end? True, this universe has a limited lifespan, but what if we are not bound by this universe? The idea that all must end, that is the lie of the universe. There must be a way to preserve the life of this universe beyond. It's always quite bold to mess with the game's sort of canon and the game's message. System designation: Hearth's Neighbour. Population none. Extreme amounts of deadly matter in warped space detected. Yes, that's the planet from Hearth's Neighbour. System designation: Zenjam 3. Hey, I'll take it. I mean X3NJAM3. Current location: population unknown. Scanning in the immediate system, running into interference. Interference origin: the sheer number of communities that have all once called this system their home. Interference also provides ideal environment for firing of the device. Interdimensional barriers strained. I appreciate it that they've kind of factored into their story that there is a bunch of random stuff in this system. Right, system designation John Corby, J0NCRB3. Previously held a thriving civilization on a moon. The same moon is now a barren wasteland. That's the DLC place. Sun's exploding. Outer Wilds population 22.16. Haha, that's funny because Solanum is 1/6 alive. And the home of the Hearthians. To wash away regret, that the sun may shine brighter tomorrow. To overcome fear, that the unknown may be greeted with open arms. To build new monuments, that our mark may be left everlasting. To preserve advancement, that the next generation may not suffer from our mistakes. To maintain beauty, that a scene cherished once may be remembered forever. To roast marshmallows, that friendship around a campfire may never end. To save the memory of a universe, that it may not die. Right, those were all the messages everyone had written. You can see the sun out the windows. And, well, he closed the hatch. Can I open this door from in here? No. There's still another door. I won't give the sun the satisfaction. Going out on my own terms. Right, so I don't even need to wait until the end of the loop. So I was thinking I need to wait for the electrical field to go down before I do the ending, but no, right, I don't have to put the battery in there. So I just gotta show up, go through the vent, close the hatch, grab the battery, take off my suit, go to the device, and then we're done. Ping stuff's really starting to shape up now. I think we're getting there. So it's one of these. Despite the fact that like the other ones look much more like batteries than this does. I wonder, yeah, is it like actually? Yeah, you can see like the lighter colors. Oh, barely. And there we go. Is the Magister like really tall? Close the hatch. I'm like, surely there must be 3 things, right? It's always the rule of 3s. It used to be a bug with New Horizons that you couldn't put your suit back. Ow, what the heck? Gravity is strong. So, good thing I fixed that. Alrighty, let's see how this device works then. Grab the battery. Go in the... That was quick. Am I in hell? Hello? Oh. Are you the guy? I take it you're the guy. Talk to the Magister. I'm gonna go with, who are you? Welcome to the outer planes, young one, the void beyond the wilds. I am the Magister, the one who set this all in motion. You have joined us in a state that is not quite physical, in a space that is not quite in this universe. You still have some of your physical consciousness left, so you are unable to see what this place truly looks like quite yet. However, we can now finally communicate. Can I enter that room behind the big door in the Grand Chamber? Sure, if you think your mind can withstand the horrors within. You shall find the door gone on your next loop. I assume it's just gonna be like shoes just gonna be in there, you know, the mod creators are just gonna have their their models in there. It's gonna be the dev room. Just one question, do you like spiders? They're terrifying. I see, don't worry then. There better not be spiders in there. Why did you do this? I am an entity millions, if not billions of years old. I have powers and knowledge beyond your comprehension. I have a vessel that responds to my every whim, even modifying its shape to be whatever I want it. But why? I do not know where I come from. I know I was created, but I do not know who created me. I had hypothesized that whoever they were not of this universe. I began to come up with an idea for a device that would allow me to ascend beyond this universe, but my attempts and ideas went nowhere. I eventually gave up. But then I discovered the mortality of this universe, the idea that it had to end. But I rejected that idea. Surely it was a lie. I may say it's not a lie. You say that's just entropy, but fair enough. I realized that I wanted to defy that lie. I wanted to preserve the life in this universe by any means necessary. To that end, I revisited the idea of the device. I was not powerful enough to stop the stars themselves from dying, but I could perhaps take at least a few people with me who did not mind the concept of surfing the unknown for eternity. And then as I began to recruit people to help build the device, this common goal began to take shape. I began to suspect my purpose was perhaps to build a community here, and as people joined us, I had more ideas about how to construct the device. Finally, after 7 of us had gathered, all from different backgrounds and time periods, we had everything we needed, and the device was finished. I left it on so that others interested could follow if they wished. Although in my haste to finally ascend, I seem to have made some mistakes and did not properly prepare my vessel for foreign visitors. I apologize for making your journey more difficult than intended. What happens now? I've not found my creators, but I have been able to see beyond. I have seen other worlds, other universes, other realities. I saw you. I'm unsure whether they actually were you, or other versions of you, but I saw you, exploring other worlds, other realities. You saw a solar neighborhood. You visited medleys of planets. You survived an alien incursion. You shared a vision. No, I didn't actually play through the vision. I tested it super early on, and then when it fully came out, I'd already messed around with it so much that I was like, I don't want to go back to it now, and then I just never did. So, not true. Also, Incursion, that's a deep cut. That's a very old mod. You went on a quest to find a banjo. You were stalked in your dreams. You explored the surface of Dark Bramble and found a friend. You discovered an ancient codec. These realities moved like Okay, we're getting meta. Okay. These realities moved like clockwork in mysterious layers. Worlds were bigger on the inside and hidden in plain sight. But then I looked beyond. I saw strange creatures, beings beyond any of these realities. Close, I saw a dragon, a shoe, a Hearthian in no my clothes, a turtle, and some pink puffball. Now we're getting way too meta. You're getting far, far too meta. Cow, a rock, a nebula, a Canadian. Okay, really? A fox, more turtles, a three-eyed cat, and many more. They seemed to be a community of their own. I began to suspect that these individuals were the creators of these realities. Perhaps even my creators. We're past the meta event horizon where I'm gonna go through the vortex and watch myself die and become a space baby, but in a meta way. And then I realized they had already done what I wanted. They had subverted the lie. This universe indeed did not have to truly end, and they were responsible. In the end, was my desire simply their desire, to contribute to increasing the lifespan of this universe? If so, then I am glad to have served my purpose, and I am thankful to you for being their avatar. And to those beings, if they can hear me, thank you Well, you're welcome. From a Canadian to you. I know that truly the lie will eventually become true. One will explore the wilds for the final time, and the vortex will have the last laugh. But it is because of you that this ending does not have to happen now. As for you, young hatchling, all will be clear to you soon, after your physical form has fully dissolved into the void. However, your connection to the time loop depends on this physical consciousness. So anything you wish to do that you wish to remember, you should do now. When you are ready to ascend with us, enter the shape below, where you entered here. Oh, hey, it's the fellas. Hey, you're a Hearthian. Hey, hatchling, pull up a marshmallow stick. Well, we'll have time to roast marshmallows again later. How's the village doing? Well, we went to space. Yep. Hornfels, Feldspar, Goss, and Esker and Slate founded Outer Wilds Ventures, a space program, and we've been exploring ever since. I know those names. They were only little hatchlings when I left. I'm glad to see they grew up into such fine Hearthians. And you're following in their footsteps. I'm so happy to see our legacy continue. I think, there were moths in the in a different mod. I don't know if this is a reference to that. I like your flashlight. I'm so glad that in this state I can see you in full color. Now, is that, full visual spectrum human color, or are you seeing me in UV and infrared and stuff? I hope you like the art and the plants. I tried very hard to make them look good. Yeah, they're pretty nice. Perhaps I can see you paint later? No, I'm gonna pass on that. I'd love to be your friend. That's very sweet, though. Oh. Do I need to be holding a battery still? I'm gonna put that down. Oh, that is a Nomai. Greetings. I'm Lily. I am Nomai, but you already know all that. I do not know whether to envy you. You are potentially the ultimate explorer. You can explore anywhere without fear of consequence and death. Yet, you are also unable to truly share your discoveries. Anything you learn will be forgotten in minutes. To explore and share our discoveries, that is the goal of the Nomai. It is why we became nomads in the first place. True. Oh, is that tall guy? How do I talk to you? If we were still corporeal, I'd put you through a workout. You're a twig. But you're smart. You managed to get all the way here. You'll do fine. Also, you really need to invent chocolate. You're missing out. Listen, we got canned fish. That's pretty good. Hey, Vespa. Do not fear. The unknown is scary but beautiful. I wish my race had maintained their curiosity like you, but in the end they let their fear take over, and fear became hate. Is that a Star Wars reference? But your curiosity, it is a wonderful thing. Never stop exploring. The Voltos. You're one of the Hearth's neighbors, fellas. It's been a long time since I met someone with your curiosity. Tell me, how does it feel to know the survival of your race hangs on your shoulders? I've come to accept it. I'm glad to hear that. I hope that you do not end up regretting your decision. I have lived with regret ever since that day. What is your regret? In short, I made a choice to save myself, but that choice may have prevented any others from being saved. Do not live with regret. It consumes you. I only got through it because of my friends. Never forget those who have brought you this far. You really do be, far up here. Alright, well, I'm done. Okay, no, there's nothing, I can't say a final goodbye. Yeah. Blah blah blah, something about a Canadian. I'm going in the funny thing. I died. You ascended into another state of being. Thank you, Outer Wilds modding community. Well, that's cute. That's like a cute, charming part. And then the Solar Rangers credits roll. No, that's not the right one. Reflections, that ain't it either. Granite's Invitation, nope, that's me. Mod Jam 3, that's also me. And other people, they help. New Horizons, that's also me. Oh, this mod doesn't have credits. Okay, well, whoops. I appreciate they put the skippable credits. I know one mod, I think it's only one mod, put unskippable credits, which is a unskippable crime, and you go to unskippable hell. Alrighty, we're back. Hey Ping, they went full meta. I think, yeah, it's interesting, because, I don't know. Would I have liked the conclusion to the story more if it was just, like, an actual conclusion as opposed to like getting really meta. But the meta commentary, it was interesting, you know. Like I criticized the notion that like, oh yeah, this story mod is about how the universe doesn't really have to end, but of course, you know, they then immediately call me out on that by being like, no, everyone making mods, you're already saying that same thing, right? You're already calling the eye of the universe's bluff and saying, no, this doesn't need to end. Okay, you're telling me there's spiders in here. I don't much appreciate that. Well, you told me there won't be spiders, which makes me think there will be spiders. I don't see any spiders, but why'd you have to say spiders? Right. Where are the spiders? Don't jump scare me now. I don't want no spiders in here. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, they have like the... Oh, that's bright. Hey, Aquarius. Roja. Got Valtos. That was already in here somewhere. I don't know how to draw engines, lol. Yeah, me neither. That's pretty cool, though. Why would there be spiders? Okay, I'm ignoring the the fellas over there. I'll come back to them. You're not a spider at all. You're some bootlegger Ernesto. Talk to obligatory Ernesto. Hey, it's me. Yeah, Ernesto the magic talking anglerfish. Don't you guys have any more creative Easter eggs? Oh, I hurt his feelings. I even did slightly more creative. But yeah, true. How many mods have Ernesto then? So did you actually work on the mod this time? Aw man, you had to seal my true form. Not truly as ready for the horrors within this room as you promised the Magister. Oh, you were gonna be a big spider, huh? Anyways, it was fun to be working with the same-ish team from last time. Although I did leave decision-making with the rest of the team. Hopes to us winning the March 2024 Jam. That isn't... hopes? What? Hopes? Also for Zen. Okay, let's hear it. I made 21 models for this mod. Wow. Ripped one or two. Okay. And took a few from the past. From the past? Whoa. That's against the rules. No using models from the past. So you're going to jail. Going to jail for a long time. I made 16 models for Godot Wilds, and I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. You did reuse some of them for this, though. So I'm like, did you really make them for me? Or did you make them for yourself? So I was not lazy. I'm going to check how many hours you spent playing Terraria the last few weeks, and we'll see about that. Welcome to the dev room. I'm Endgame Zero, the composer for Magisterium. I also edited much of the dialogue. Well, you did a good job. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this soundtrack. I made fewer songs than in Hearth's Neighbour, especially when you consider that a few of the songs are variations of the same one. But I think they turned out better individually. This soundtrack took a lot of inspiration from the Tunic soundtrack, and I referenced the Outer Wilds soundtrack less than I did in Hearth's Neighbour. I will be quite impressed if you can figure out the one reference to the Outer Wilds soundtrack in the Grand Chamber theme. Anyway, I decided to be a turtle at the last minute. Sorry for any confusion with other modding turtles. There are a few modding turtles. So hopefully Shu got the turtle model done by the time this released. Well, Shu, you actually, you pulled it off there. Congrats on finishing Magisterium. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Gameworm, the team lead who did all the level design, writing, and coding, as well as some of the models. This mod, I obviously wanted to close out the story of Hearth's Neighbour. Why am I getting... I'm getting a lot of flack in this mod, okay? Neighbor is spelt with a U. I don't know what to tell you. But I originally planned to not use very many custom assets. Well, you saw where that went. And I think this mod has even more custom assets than Hearth's Neighbor 1. A big component of this mod's design was trying to utilize the time loop, a feature I feel is rarely actually implemented even in full-length story mods. I agree, it is seldom used. I think, like, Outsider used it. I don't know if Codec used it. I don't think so. Codec had one thing that you have to do at the end of the loop. That's about it. Our implementation may have been simple, but I hope it was effective and memorable. Yeah, it was pretty good. Anyway, thanks so much for playing. Actually, it was pretty good. No, it was a very good use of the time loop. This mod was made in 11 days for the Outer Wilds 2024 Modding Jam, where all contestants were challenged to create a single planet within the same system. You should definitely check out the other entries if you haven't already. I'm doing it. Oh, by the way, this room was made pretty early in development, but we had no idea what to do with it, so it was cut and repurposed into the dev room. Because of that, there's nothing in here, so don't bother going to the end of the hall. I beat you to that, and you're lying. And now it's hard to actually read against the bright background. Quantum Luna. Well, I'm looking at the floor. Congrats on finishing. I'm Luna. I made most of the textures and concept art for the mod. This is the first mod jam I've participated in, the first time I've contributed to a mod in production. I hope you had just as much fun playing it as I did helping to create it. Thank you for playing. Well, thanks for making the mod. Thanks for putting a no spiders option. Your mod would lose all points, and you'd be banned for life from entering any other mod jams. Right? Wrong warp team? Oh, time to die. So yeah, that was Magisterium, an absolute 10 out of 10 in terms of following the theme of the jam, and a worthy successor to Hearth's Neighbour 1. I will say that a lot of mods do seek to change or recontextualize the ending of Outer Wilds, in defiance of the explicit message of the original game that things end and that's okay. And while Magisterium also does that by having a group of characters in the text trying to escape the death of the universe, it also does a great job of offering meta-commentary on the entire modding community, our relationship with the game, and how the very existence of this dedicated modding community that we're a part of in a lot of ways runs counter to the message of the base game. Anyway though, it's spelt neighbor with a U,